Hey guys, Debby Bubbles here with a quick and easy meal. I am participating in the Quick and Easy Meals collaboration today, which is hosted by Simply Grace Lifestyle, Deborah Cabasa Home Living, and me, Debby Bubbles. You can find us here every Sunday evening on the open playlist at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. All right, guys, I'm going to get set up here so that we can make tonight's meal and film as we go. Some of the seasonings I'm going to use are this complete seasoning, Saison Completa. It was getting low, so I went ahead and added some soul food seasoning I had in there. Some soul food seasoning I had. I added it to what was left of this complete seasoning. I'm going to use that. Some cayenne pepper. Some garlic powder. A little cracked black pepper, some peppercorns there. And also just some regular ground black pepper. Another item I'm going to use will be this minced garlic here. I'm going to chop an onion and use that, as well as about 5 russet potatoes. We're going to clean those up and slice and use those as well in what we're going to make tonight. Potatoes were so incredibly dirty. Now, y'all, there's going to be quite a bit of noise in the background during this video. I'm sorry. We're watching the football game. There's that little nasty water there from the potatoes. I have them over here, ready to go when I'm ready to slice. This evening, I will be using 2 different casserole dishes, basically here. This one, Temptations container, will house our main dish, our entree. I'm making a casserole. And this one here will house our cornbread. Giving you quite a bit of background because there's not much to what I'm making tonight, but I'm gonna use this pot here to brown our ground beef and what have you in. I have a smaller pot here I'm gonna use for the sauce for what we're making. My colander to drain our green beans, and a bowl to whip up that cornbread. Of course, we'll come in with our handy dandy chopping mat there and a very sharp knife. Okay, y'all, so I'm working on dinner for the quick and easy meals tonight while watching football because my team is playing and winning. Yes, sir. Yes, y'all, I'm gonna start peeling these potatoes and then get them sliced up good, and then we'll get on to the next step. Okay, guys, so my potatoes are peeled. Now it's time to slice. Sorry about the game in the background, but it's not going on. All right, guys, so we have the potatoes sliced. I'm trying to determine whether or not I want to parboil them or just go ahead and use them in their raw state. We'll see. Time to brown the ground beef. So I decided to go ahead and parboil the potatoes. So we've got those started. I'm gonna slice and dice onions, and then I'll brown the ground beef. I have completed a rough chop of these onions. Didn't need any uniform slices and dices, that kind of thing. So I roughly chopped it up here, and next I'm going to go ahead and add it to my beef as I brown it off. So here's the next step. I have my beef here, ground beef here inside of the Dutch oven, and I'm going to brown that. Hang on one second, let me turn. I showed you the seasonings earlier that I'm going to be using. I've already added some of the cracked black pepper. I'm going to go in with some of the ground black pepper. I will end up kind of double seasoning things just because I rinse my ground beef after it has browned, and so I'll go back in with more of the same seasonings after I do that. But for now, seasoning it up good, holding off on the minced garlic. I'll add that in later. I'm going to put the onions in here as well and let all of that brown up and do its thing together. I chose to parboil the potatoes just to cut down on some of the cooking time. I'm going to bake, of course, this casserole in the oven here after I get it all assembled. I'm trying to have it done before it was time for the quick and easy meals tonight, which it is, you can't see that time, it's 2:43 in the afternoon on Sunday right now. So this is going to be our meal for tonight, and so I'm going to try and get it all done in time to film it and upload it so that you can see it on time tonight. Here, and just kind of get things wiped down and organized before we get on to the next steps. While these items are working here, I'm gonna go ahead and start opening up my canned goods. Gonna be making packaged cornbread, that's right. Gonna get this stuff started over here. Okay, y'all, the ground beef is doing what it needs to do. I forgot to tell you, I'm also gonna use a block of cream cheese. I've gotta melt that or soften it anyway in the microwave here in a moment. But let's move on to the vegetables, the green beans that are gonna go in this. We're gonna drain those. I have the cans of mushroom soup opened up already. Let me go drain the green beans. I'm gonna drain the green beans and rinse them. We're gonna set them to the side. Get the cream cheese in the microwave to soften a little bit. Those potatoes boiling. I'm gonna take them out here in a moment and drain them. The beef is still doing what it's doing. It doesn't need to be totally brown nor totally done. It's gonna be in the oven for a minute, so we'll cook through the rest of the way. Potatoes are ready to drain. Same pot to do our sauce using the soup and the cream cheese. And with those potatoes drained, you can sit right there. There are my 2 cans of soup there, and there is that loaf, whatever you want to call it, of cream cheese. I'm going to put those over some heat and let that do its thing. I'll go in with probably a splash of water, maybe a splash of milk, to add to this mixture. The potatoes have been transferred to a bowl. I'm now going to go drain and rinse. I have the meat over there draining and being rinsed. I'm gonna add it back to the pot now. And I'm gonna add that drained beef back to my pot. Stir this and proceed. I may or may not add a splash of milk, like I say, or water to this. Probably won't, but I'll let you know here in a moment. Did our soup mixture with a little more cayenne pepper, some black pepper, and here is that minced garlic. I did end up adding about a half a cup of almond milk, because that's the kind of milk I use, to this mixture, and I'm going to let it bubble a little bit, come to a light boil, and then we'll start assembling our casserole. So I am now stirring in that soup mixture to the ground beef, and it's about time to start layering. It's gonna be a little difficult because I'm using one hand to hold the camera, the other one to stir and what have you with, so bear with me. I did lightly oil, as you can see, very lightly put a little bit of oil inside of this casserole dish, my Temptations bakeware, and I'm gonna go in with half, or about half or so of those potatoes in the bottom. Then I'm gonna layer in a layer of the beef mixture, a layer of the green beans, and the Monterey Jack. So the potatoes are in. I'm going in with ground beef, and next will be the green beans and some cheese. Okay, y'all, so we have that last layer of the soup and beef mixture, and now I'm coming in with the rest of the cheese. Then this is gonna go into the oven. I don't know why I'm tongue-tied. This is going to go into 350. There is the casserole before it goes into the oven at 350 for approximately 45 minutes to an hour. I've already done my cleanup because I like to clean as I go. So time to go in the oven. We covered our casserole in some aluminum foil, and I'm going to put this in the oven again, like I say, for about 45 minutes to an hour. Just going to finish the cooking of the potatoes, and this is too heavy for me to do with one hand, so all that I have left to prep now will be the cornbread, which I'm using a packaged mix, and we'll prep that here in a little bit and get it in the oven around the time that I take out the casserole, just because, I mean, they could go in there together, but I decided not to do it that way, so. And yep, we won, so she's a happy camper. Y'all, the cornbread is ready, the casserole is ready. Let's take them both out. Isn't that beautiful and golden brown? And then here is a nice steamy hot face full of steam from the casserole itself. Y'all, it's about to be on and popping over here.